Welcome back, Resourceful Living Homestead. I'm Brian. Another gun cleaning project. This is a Marlin 3030. And in the Marlin series, they've got the Model 336, covers several calibers. Just in a lever action gun, you get it in 30-30 or a 35 Remington. 336 is a standard lever action. It's just a good, solid gun. Tried and true, and especially this one. This has been a really good gun. Simple, easiest gun in the world to clean, really. Kind of like the Ruger American that I did here not too long ago. Real easy to break down. 2 bolts and the whole thing comes apart and you slide the bolt out. This is awful close to that. So get your screwdriver. If you don't have a kit that helps you have all the Allens and screwdriver heads, this is a very good kit. Right away, let me show you how easy this gun is to take apart with just one screw. Can't get my bifocals focusing. There we go. Maybe I'm on it. Excuse me, because I can't see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this one screw right here that you can see I'm taking out will disassemble this gun without taking the stocks off. You don't need to do all that when you're just wanting to clean it. So, one screw. I've got the screw that holds the lever. And with that screw being out, I can push down on the hammer, slide the bolt out, and the ejector, I heard it fall. There it is. Falls out of there with just taking one screw out. So you wind up with 4 pieces. That's it. That is it. The rest of this cleaning is just basically going to be wiping down. We'll run a bore snake through the bore. A 30-30 is kind of a weird caliber. It's on its own. The reason why I'm saying bore snake has, you know, very specific calibers, and somebody would think, you know, 30 caliber, I can run a 30 caliber through it. You can. It's not that you can't, but a 30-30 is its own caliber, and you can look up those. As I was saying, it's a 30 caliber, but it's like a 7.8, where most of you are familiar with in the 308, 30-06 and all that, are 7.62s. This one's just a little different. I mean, it's still a 30 caliber, but just got a little twang. This is, like I said, the Marlin Model 336. Another famous 30-30. A whole lot different takedown on this one. The good old Winchester Model 94 is, you know, one of the very first lever action guns. But I don't know if it's between how you believe which one versus who, which one's the better. I like them both. I really do. For that gun, if you put a scope on it, you'd have to put an angle scope mount on it to keep it away from the action. The Marlin, the way it's designed, you don't have to. And after I put over-under sights on it as a teenager, you realize you want this scope down as tight as you can get it. You really don't need over-under. You don't even need a scope on a 30-30, to be real with you. But this has been a tried true, very good gun, bought out by Ruger now, and I don't have a Ruger version of the 336, but I do have the Marlin, and I got two 30-30s and I've got a 35 Remington in a Marlin 336. But this cleanup is going to be on a 30-30. It comes with the hooded front sight. A lot of your 30-30s do, but this is a very, very easy gun to clean, and I'm just trying to take up time by telling you about it because it's just too easy to clean and you can get through it really fast. Boar snake, I use them. I like them. Run those through, and you've probably heard me say it on a few other videos about 4 or 5 times. Get this one loosened up. Probably one of my oldest boar snakes I've got. And Remington boar cleaner. Put a little bit of that on your boar snake. They got a brass brush, just like if you put it on a gun cleaning kit rod and run it through like this Tipton. Oh God, I got that sent through the hole. I've got a Tipton cleaning rod. I use quite a bit. I won't use it on this gun, but these are nice. They're ball bearing. They follow the rifling when you send them through. Tipton. It's a very, very good cleaning rod, and I'm not going to fight that back inside that. So I've got that gooped up with some boar clean from Rim Oil, and the boar snake has a weighted end on its cable, so you can send it through the bore and it'll descend down through there until you can get your hands on it. Now, once you can get your hands on it, turn it up, because you want to pull that boar snake straight up that barrel. There's one pass. And one pass, that looks pretty. I don't know if you can see through that. I showed it on the other gun. I'm doing this on a GoPro this time. Last time it was on my phone. So I don't know if you get good visuals or different ones, but like I said, let's give this, I'll probably just give it 4 times because my grandson was hunting with this gun and he never fired it. So it really shouldn't have any hunting debris in it. It came out for the season, came out of the gun safe in the sock, so you clean it. I don't care if you fired it, you clean it. This is like bobbing for apples. Here we go. And any of you young folks hear me say something just out of the blue like that bobbing for apples, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But you let that get down there where you can get a hold of it. Turn it back straight. And maybe I didn't explain that, but you want it straight with the barrel when you pull back through, so it doesn't hang up on anything. And I'm actually going to call that one good. That is a clean barrel, scrubbed. These bore snakes with this little brass scrubber. You can put a little dope in front of it and on the brass so it pulls down and cleans, and once it hits this actually absorbs all the fouling from your bullet and your powder, all gets in this. And you clean it up. Once you use one of these as long as I have, it doesn't hurt. Another company, Ramrod. I'm not sponsored by any of these. I just use them. And if I can get this swab to pull through there, we're going to. I've got my cable out of my Otis cleaning kit that I use all the time. But I'm going to put the ramrod tip inside the Otis cleaning cable. And a ramrod is just like a Q-tip. And it comes with these adapters depending on what caliber you're cleaning, shotgun, rifles, pistol, whatever. This is a 30 caliber Q-tip that you're going to send into this. And I'm going to do it with a little bit of Hoppy's, the Elite gun oil, Hoppy's outers. Good grief, everybody's jumped on board with gun oils. I'm still kind of old school, but Hoppy's did come out with this. This is a newer oil for Hoppy's. I like it. It does a great job. And we're going to bring this ramrod. But you look at that. Even that bore snake, as many times I sent it through, I'm a firm believer in these Q-tips. They work. They do a great job. That just pulled out. If I was doing a cleaning patch, and I'm going to go ahead and send that through again. That Q-tip's got a little bit of life in it. Might as well. I'm trying to show you guys on the camera and not looking at what I'm doing. I got lucky the first time I sent it through. Okay, let's do it again. Coming out, and that is an oiled one that just picked up some debris. Let's send a dry one through. See how clean that barrel actually is. This is the reason why I didn't want to pick it up. Sticks to my gun station, but that's okay. We want to give the people what they want. And if you want it as hillbilly as you can get, you're going to get it here. Okay. I feel it twisting in the rifling, and check that out. That is amazing how good these ramrods really are. Bore snake 3 or 4 times. And 2 ramrods. I'm going to send another oily ramrod. I'd probably be doing this all night long, as clean as these Q-tips do. But this oily one will lubricate my barrel, and it'll be ready to hand to another grandchild next year for next season, and be ready to go. And hopefully by then I've got all them broke from scope and just iron sight. If it is, then they're going to be hunting with that Model 3094. This one is so true. Blackie is just as true as you can get. Now that's pretty darn way cleaner than the other two. Okay, I'm going to call the barrel good. I am going to pull a wipe, because it's easier than messing up your wife's washcloths and getting a bunch of grease rags and everything. I'm going to take and just go ahead and take this field wipe, go over this gun. He didn't really have, Oakley didn't have this out in any kind of bad weather like I did that Remington or Ruger I cleaned up was in some nasty, nasty weather. And you just want to make sure you get in between the barrel and your magazine tube. Clean that out. This doesn't need a deep clean, so I don't need to take bands off the wood. That's what happens on live TV. You see the mistakes. I may have lost something. A hearing aid. Let's keep going forward with this cleaning. Give a little wipe down on the scope. We're just, I wasn't expecting this to really come out this clean, but it is. I got a little bit of grime, not bad, not bad. This was stored from last season to this season. And we're going to take the Hoppies gun oil on the same wipe. Why not? Oil this gun down, daub it with some heavy stuff. The bolt, the bolt is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. We're going to give it a little bit of oil, and we're going to send it back home. Before I start really wiping this down, let me put the ejector back in. Hopefully my finger eye hits the right spot, and the bolt slides in. Oh yeah, I hit that ejector just perfect. Perfect. Now, while I've got the lever out, we'll go ahead and put some of that heavy oil on it. Wipe it down. I really do want one of those Ruger style Model 336. I think Ruger makes a beautiful gun. I've seen them. I think they've done a really good job keeping this look. So let me get this flopped over here. We'll fish for the hole where she belongs, inside that bolt. We'll hit it. There we go. Screw. Let's go ahead and just lubricate and protect it. The screw. We'll put it back in. That is the 4-part system. I'm telling you, I mean, you can't get any easier than that right there. You put that in, snug it up. It's a shouldered screw, which means you don't try to clamp this. Once that thing seats, it seats on this side, okay? If that makes any sense. The threads are pulling from this side, but it seats right here. So you have free motion. So once it hits, you just want to snug it up real good. And there you go. We'll show you. Hammer. Trigger. Working good. Working good. This gun is clean. Let me finish wiping it down. I got some heavy oil on it. I know. Because it's going to go back in the gun safe for whatever grandchild comes out and hunts. Oakley has actually killed his first deer with this gun. It was a good little buck, small buck, but it was a good buck. Trusty is a gun that my wife killed her first big buck. She killed every deer she hunted for with a bow. I said that right. I met the woman. She never killed a deer. Taught her how to bow hunt. She had killed every deer with a bow until she picked this gun up, and she killed her largest buck with it. But it's been a great gun. So there it is. As simple as that. And of course, scope cleaning. I mean, if I need to go through all that. You want to clean your gun. Get that out of the way before you scope clean, because you might get a little bit of gun oil on a lens or something like that. Just make sure you're done with the gun clean, and then clean your lenses. But lever actions, the older I got, I thought I needed this cool stuff. Over under, I could see the sights. You know how many times I've used these over unders? Zero. Never. For some reason, you put a scope on a gun, that's the first place your eye goes to. And you don't look at anything else. So the I've never shot anything underneath that scope. I never have. So I'll probably get a stationary mount if I decide to put a scope on this gun on my 3030 that I've had forever. And I may not change it just because it is so true. The scope's on, everything's perfect. I'll just leave it alone. Even the open sights is perfect. I could take his scope off. The open sights are perfect. But there you have it. That is a Marlin Model 336 in a 3030 caliber. That is a cleaning as good as you're going to get on the bench, in the field. They're so easy. You take one screw out. Don't lose the two small parts, the screw and the ejector. Don't lose those. But it's an easy gun. You want to do a complete tear down and get underneath the bedding of the barrel and stuff like that, you can do that. It don't need it. It's never been in that kind of environment. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me.